I dropped the twins off today to preschool for the first day of school, and although I don't normally process things out loud, I wanted to today for 3 reasons. 1, to let you in for just a millisecond on what our life is like with autistic twins. And 2, to process it out loud in front of an audience, because sometimes that provides a catharsis that nothing else will, to let people know what goes on. And then 3, to maybe out of the 1,000+ friends on my Facebook page, it might can reach somebody and help somebody else. Because it's pretty hard. It is a hard road that our family has been called to. And day to day is so difficult. It has little moments of joy, but it's so difficult. And it hit home with me today because I dropped the boys off, and I actually didn't tear up. And I saw a mother. She was so pretty and young, and she would look like she would have her act together, but you could tell she was dropping her baby off for the first time, and she could not hold back the tears. And I teared up a little bit for her because I totally get it. You have this little child that you wanted for a really long time that God gave you, or you have a set of twins that you're just so excited about, and they're going to be perfect. They're going to be perfect. 2 little boys. I don't know if she had a boy or a girl. I didn't see her children. But then you notice that something's wrong, and you go through the steps and the process and all of the testing, and you realize that something is terribly wrong and your child is not normal. And you didn't get a diagnosis at birth. You didn't get warned. You just know after months and years of searching, you finally get an answer, and you realize your child is probably never going to be a functioning member of society. That's all you want. You just want somebody that can go potty on their own, that doesn't poop on the floor 5 times a day, that doesn't vomit every time something they don't like touches their tongue. You want a kid that will feed themselves, and you don't have to sit and feed them baby food 3 times a day. And you take them to this preschool that the rejects go to, so to speak. The mentally handicapped kids go to, the slow children, because your kid can't go to the regular class. Your kid can't go to regular kindergarten. Your kid can't ask for food or to go potty, or you might be lucky if you get a sign every once in a while for more, because more can mean anything. And you drop your kid off at the preschool daycare. And what's really bad is today I didn't cry because I was so excited that I didn't have to, I'm getting a break. I'm getting a break from the pooping on the floor and the feeding 3 times a day. And even though they're clinging to my legs because they're so afraid, even though they've done this before and they don't want to go, I don't care. I'm so ready to have a break from them and be able to do something in my house besides clean up poop and vomit. So now my project is for this, as soon as they start back to school, all summer, I've been telling myself, I'm going to rip the carpet up. I'm going to rip the carpet up. I'm so tired of that carpet is nasty. And that's just what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Struggling to find things for them to eat, trying this diet, trying that diet. Now we're gluten-free, non-GMO, organic, no dye. Add apple cider vinegar to everything. All completely clean, completely home prepped food, probiotics. And I appreciate all the well-meaning advice from people who don't have autistic children, but you don't have autistic children and you don't know what I've gone through and what I've done. And I share this only because I want you to know what it looks like, why I don't call you or I don't make it to church every Sunday, or which, as an aside, we have an amazing church family who are very supportive and give us a lot of good encouragement. We have a very, very good nursery worker who knows the boys and has experience. But we're so blessed because not many people have that, and people don't go to church because they can't, only one parent can go to church, and we don't go on vacation because my children are nonverbal and they scream at any kind of sensory overload, any kind of sounds. There is no going to Disney World for my 4-year-olds. And there's no going to the beach because I am terrified that one of them is going to get away because they don't talk and they don't communicate. And I have to be neurotic with them because if I don't, something will kill them. They'll either get kidnapped or they'll wander off and die because they're 12-month-olds in 4-year-old bodies, and it feels like they're going to be this way forever. And it's a hard place to be. And I ask myself every day, and I have this complex with my 2 older children. I know they're watching me, and they see me stress all the time about the twins. And the whole world revolves around the twins. And I hate that it's like that, but it's just the way it is. And we just keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep doing our thing. And, I'm quoting another really good mother whose video I watched, and she said, people say, "Girl, I don't know how you do it." Well, I didn't know I had a choice, honestly. This is what God gave us, and this is what we do. And we just keep I try not to spaz, and I have these rage issues where I just stand in the living room and scream because I can't cope and with the stress of trying to make sure that they're safe at all times, and then open up that door of what am I gonna do with them when I'm 80 and they're 55, 45 and they need to live and they need to be taken care of. And you think about all those things. You think about, are they going to be in a home, or am I going to get them to the point where they're functioning in society? Will there be productive members of society? I don't know. All of the unknown. And I can trust that God has everything under control, but I still worry, and I still struggle with the day-to-day and the future, the unknown. And it's hard. It's really hard. And I don't see my friends like I used to. And my husband doesn't see his friends. And we have to carve out little pieces of time for each other and for our older kids without it being everything about the twins. And on the other hand, I love those boys so much. All 4 of my boys, I love them. And I love them all for their different personalities and their little pieces of me and their little pieces of my husband. And I love my 2 little special needs boys. And I'm glad that God gave them to me. And life is hard, but I still love them with everything that I have. And everything that I do revolves around taking care of my children and my husband. So if you don't see me on Facebook, or if I don't answer the phone call, or if I don't answer your text immediately, you just know life is really crazy busy for us, and I don't know when it's going to get better. And thank you for listening, and maybe that gives you a little glimpse, and maybe it gives somebody else a little bit of aha moment, like, oh, she gets it. She gets what I'm going through. I do get it. sister, brother, I get it. Definitely.